searching, stop you looking, cause you found it. The realest in the city, don't you? I heard you searching, stop your looking, cause you found it. The realest is in the city, don't you doubt it.
Welcome back to Truly Unapologetic Podcast. Today we're diving into a topic that a lot of us struggle with and absolutely need. Unapologetic self-care. That's right. That's taking care of yourself without the guilt, without the explanation, and without feeling like you have to justify it to anyone. So if you ever felt selfish for saying no, struggled with actually putting yourself first, or just need a reminder that your well-being matters, this episode is for you. Let's get into it. So per usual, I'm your host, Justin. That's Vez. And that's Shy. And today we have a very, very special guest.
Come on.
Dr. Jack, welcome to the show, sir. We appreciate you for taking some time out with us today and joining us.
No doubt.
So first and foremost, I want to give you the opportunity to introduce yourself. I know I did say doctor, and you guys heard it correctly. He is Dr. Jackson.
Doctor.
So please, sir, introduce yourself, name your profession, and if you don't mind, please, for the viewers, what does being truly unapologetic mean to you?
All right. My name is Dr. Ulysses Jackson. I'm from New York, Long Island. I've been in the counseling field for over 20 years. It was my passion. I started off in the field as a substance abuse drug counselor, and I had to broaden that because many of the people that I was running into didn't have a substance abuse issue. It was more or less anxiety and depression, and I didn't have a mentor or someone there to guide me through the educational journey, so I had to kind of get this by trial and error. And I wind up getting a PhD in clinical research, master's in counseling, a New York State certified drug counselor, a bachelor's in sociology. You know, I went through the whole gamut. I stayed in school, coming from the streets. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, that was big. It was either that was an opportunity, either continue that path or get it right. And you know, I chose to, you know what I'm saying, got it right. As far as the topic, the unapologetic part, to me, that's really saying that I'm going to say and do what I want without reservation, without really, you know, saying I'm sorry. And from a program I come from, they say things like, as you progress in life, sometimes you got to step over bodies, you know, which means to me that in my growth, it was a lot of people I wanted to bring with me. You know, a lot of people that we was on the block together that ain't here no more, or that's in another place right now. And I just had to keep going. So my truth speaks for itself, and my experience speaks for itself. And you know, and just, you know, Shabazz, brother I met, he said, you know, come on the podcast, and I'm here to answer whatever y'all want to throw at a professional doctor that's trying to help the community.
Yeah, beautiful.
No, we definitely really do appreciate that, man. We appreciate your time, and you know, like I said, that alone, that little snippet into, like I said, your life, that's deep. Because I was going to ask you, just kind of start things off, and of course, you know, my crew got, you know, may have some questions for you as well. But based off what you're stating, is it safe to say that you did not want to always be a therapist, or was that always like your journey?
I don't want to say this to sound repetition from someone I said it, but my choice to become a doctor wasn't mine. They said it was either Harvard or Yale. Mine was either Harvard or jail. That was the opportunity that was put before me because I was in them streets real hard. But I come from a background of a lot of mathematics and a lot of reading and stuff. So it was easy for me to read the books. So when they put these clinical books in front of me, it was nothing to read it. So I graduated magna cum laude, top of my class, straight A's in my PhD program. But it was a choice: either stop doing what you're doing, or you're gonna find yourself, you know what I'm saying, locked up for a long time. So then I picked up the book, and it became a passion. I come from, see, when we hustle in the street as young black men, no one tells us how to stop. You know what I'm saying? They give you the baking soda, they give you the ingredients, they tell you to go in, they tell you to trap, but nobody says stop. This is how you get out of it. See, so other people, they retire as police officers and stuff. There is no retirement plan with us. There is no 401k. We're not getting the W-2 form. So when I was in that life, and so I had some mentor and some guidance, and I had some choices I have to make. And I think I made the best choice for me and my family.
No, we
Fire.
definitely respect that. Definitely respect that.
Fire.
That's deep, man. Like people don't think about it in that sense a lot. Whereas you stated, whatever choice individuals choose to make overall in any state or any period of their life, then you sit around and think, like you said, there is no like, what's the end game? What does that look like? I
Right.
mean, like you said, the jail or
Right.
6 feet under. Like it's like no one teaches. Like no one teaches what does it look like to make it to whatever the term of the top of like a hustle.
Facts.
you just hustle. A
You,
hustle till
you,
I die type mentality.
you only hit the Mount Rushmore when you dead. You was a hustler for good 8 months, man. He was top, man.
Yeah.
You don't even be on Mount Rushmore though, man. You be in
Going,
the weekly newspaper. And that's it.
The
going,
weekly news facts.
You
going back to what you said about how you said you got to step over a few bodies to get there. That takes me to my next question. So throughout your journey, when you piling on so many people problems on yourself and knowing you got your own life and your own problems, how did you maneuver through that? Like, what's your outlook? Who do you vent to when everybody comes to you throughout the whole day? And do that affect your personal life at home when family want to vent to you and you do that as a job?
I'm gonna give you a good example of that. They say every counselor has a counselor. That's not. I don't really believe in that. I have a support group, and it may be my homeboy from the Bronx, my friend in Jamaica, West Indies. You know what I'm saying? Another guy down the block. But the way you have to look at it is like this. I'm gonna give you a real example. If I go outside my house, and my friend lives not too many houses down from me, and if I stand out there in the morning, I'm drinking a cup of coffee, and he notices I have a flat tire, he'll pull up and go, "Wow, you have a flat tire. You should call AAA," and he'll pull off.
Right.
The next day, I could come outside and I'm drinking my coffee and I'm just shaking my head and I look depressed and he'll say, "Yo, what's up?" I'm like, "Yo, my girl, man, she bugging, da da da." He will pull over, get out the car, and assist me and become a counselor.
Yeah.
So when I look at it, it's like my life. This is my life, my counseling, and sometimes you do have to separate the business from the professional part. But still, this is my life. It's like if you're an auto mechanic and every day you get a call about somebody fixing their brakes and doing an oil change, doing it. After a while, it's going to get, you have to set them boundaries around people. And I've been doing it so long, I have boundaries. So no one comes to me sideways from even family about that. And if they do, they'll call me direct and say, "Yo, I got an issue." And I can't be a therapist to family and friends. I'll refer them. Because if I
Right.
give somebody some advice and they don't like it, they'll say, "But yo, remember you and your girl was going through this? I don't need that."
That's why that's why they tell you not to do family and friends because they
Yeah,
know too
yeah.
much.
I'm gonna give you an example with that too. My mother was in the hospital, and my sister was a nurse in the hospital, and my mother had diabetes. When my sister walked up to the room to visit her, my mother said, "Hey, I need some orange juice," and my sister said, "No." My mother's saying, "I'm not asking you as a nurse. I'm asking you as a mother." So I'm saying that was a conflict. So you have to be, you have to be really aware of those thin lines.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
okay.
That's cool, man. Cool. Good examples, man. That's what I'm
That's
talking
deep.
about.
That's deep.
That's
I
what I'm
like that.
talking about. Yeah.
Anybody else got
Yeah.
questions? I got. Hey, keep going.
That's what
I don't want to take
yeah,
up. We
Jay.
got 30 minutes. I don't want to take up
Yeah.
too. Like we go to the
That's
next
what
one.
I'm saying.
Hey, Mook, man, go ahead, man. Like I said, rapid fire. Like I said, by all means. I mean, Dr. Jackson, spending some time with us, whatever. So now,
Yeah,
That's what I'm
if
saying.
you the one right now that got the gun loaded, ready to let it go, then
That's
let's
it.
go.
Yeah.
That's
We're
it.
ready to shoot the clip.
Yeah.
But so coming from where you come from, because you obviously sound like you come from similar to our environments that we raised in. Like, what's your outtake on like the current problem with the young kids? Like, whether it's you being in New York, I'm sure familiar with drill rap and stuff like that. So you feel like it's just missing? Like, is it just as simple as missing father figures, big brothers, big sisters, or
Yeah, but
it's deep?
I'm gonna add on to my flavor to that. I'm 55. The young brothers walk around with their pants hanging down and the Draco wanting to shoot guns. Them is the crack babies that we left.
Mm.
The street raised them. So yeah, we was responsible for some of that.
Right.
My question is,
Especially when you raised in a single household by your mother usually.
Yeah.
I was going, kind of add on to, I guess, Mook's question. Now, there is like I guess, like a barrier in between like our generation, the older generation, and the younger generation. So, like, how do we try to close the gap to try to relate to some of the, the youth? What would be like some of the best practices to like,
Yeah, asking some real questions. See, see, like water finds its level, you have to seek that knowledge.
yeah,
You have to see somebody, a young brother might see me and say, F that old head.
right,
Another young brother might see me and say, yo, he dropped some jewels on me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it becomes on where you at in life. It's other people that can have all the bling bling gold chains on, you know what I'm saying, and is known as a shooter in the street, but when he get behind the walls, he don't know who's a friend or a foe. And a lot of them is winding up there. See, because I know the sentences, guidelines, federal and New York State, when you get caught with a firearm and you're a felon. They don't know that. Perfect example is Lil Durk. All that money he had, look where he at. All that money Puff had, look where they at. So he got to relearn a whole new life. You ain't talking about a million. They said Puff was almost a billionaire. So you got to change your whole lifestyle. So for what I do, if I'm a positive example, I'm a positive example when the camera's rolling and when the camera's not rolling. And I'm approachable. If you come talk to me, yo, listen, yo, OG, old head, yo, doc, whatever it is that you call, I don't take offense to it because I've been called a lot of things.
That's cool.
And you
I got
can't
one for
force it.
yeah. I got something for you, Doc. So you think it's what's your perspective on like the growth of like black therapists and things like that in the industry? And do you still find respect? Do your peers as you walk into the room, or they think you like for lack of
And,
words,
and,
they think you like
and
oh you don't belong here. You just
You
made it
have
through
to
the cracks.
define my peers, be specific with who you're talking about.
Oh, you took
others.
the classical the Europeans, the white people that
I don't. To be
therapists
honest,
of a
I don't.
different. Yeah.
No, to be honest, I don't have that many of them. Like for instance, my social media page. When I first became a doctor and got in the social work field, mental health, I went online. I just requested everybody as a friend. Who I talk to, limited to you. You know what I'm saying? To them, it's just limited.
Mhm.
And again, water finds its level. But when I was talking to someone one day, and I'm also licensed in Texas, and they said to me, "Well, how do you promote? And what do you do to promote?" I said, I'm a black man.
Right. It's
When
that's a
enough
fact.
right there.
people go online and search, they usually want to find somebody that look like them. It's not
Right.
many of us. Anybody, y'all or anybody listening could pick up their phone and Google how many black PhDs are there in America. It's going to come up with less than 2%.
Phew.
So once you
You
hit them numbers, the money come. And when I used to work in rehabs and I worked in hospitals and stuff, I wasn't getting the money and the independence that I wanted. And one of my directors, she kind of knew. She said, when you finally step out there on your own, it's gonna be endless. Happily, yeah, my page says I'm not accepting no new clients. So we in our own world. But the people that have supported me have been all black females.
Hmm.
good.
Wow.
Those are my
Wow.
counterparts.
Wow.
They
Well,
call me, they invite me places, they put me under their wing. They show me a whole lot of
That's
love.
cool.
That's
That's
typically
cool.
how it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
I do have another question. A little personal, but I'll try to make it, I guess, a little more general. I had I guess, my battle with like, thinking about mentorship or therapy over the years. Sometimes, I guess, feeling like not really want to go all the way through it because I felt, people were judging me, or I felt like, I'll be okay. I can, kind of do this myself. Everyone else is normal, or I won't use the word normal. I guess fine, and I can work on myself, do some self work, and be okay. So you just mentioned like how it's more women, your colleagues and things like that. So like, what do you suggest for like men to, I guess, kind of dive into the field, or just therapy in general, for the help?
You gotta attack the three major obstacles in most people's minds. I don't got the money, insurance.
Yeah,
I don't
that
have the
was
time,
that was the second
and I
one.
already got somebody to talk to.
Those were my three right
Listen,
You
I've
there.
the
been doing it
first
for a
black
while.
male therapist I
But
know.
but now watch this. Watch the flip side. Watch the flip side. And we're gonna use relationships. So I don't go to therapy, I go to my homeboy. Yo, listen, my girl, we going through it. Boom, 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 boom. I drop it on him. He like, word? I look at them as white blood cells. So what does white blood cells do? They protect. So what's your homeboy and your friends going to do? They're going to protect you because that's what they're supposed to do. So if I say she hurt me, it's F her and off with her head. So
Yeah,
2 weeks
we
later,
spoke about that before
so
too.
2 weeks later, we at the cookout.
Right.
He on the side smoking the L. He on that Hennessy. She walk up. Yo, what's this? Because he's responding off what I told him.
Right.
And then she got to say to me, when we make things up, what did you tell him? Then I go back to what my mother said to me. She said, don't tell me nothing about you and your girl arguing. Because you could forgive her. I don't have to. You sleep with her. I don't. So if y'all spiritual, be careful where you cast your pearls. So my information ain't for everybody. I'd rather talk to somebody that it ain't going to come out at the cookout. Or it ain't going to come out in an argument. So that's why people like to talk to somebody they don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
So what's your advice on people looking for a therapist like yourself? Because you're the first black male therapist I ever met. And I did phone therapy before with a white lady. Probably one of the worst experiences of my life.
I would say honestly, you have to narrow down the search, especially with telehealth now. You know what I'm saying? Narrow down the search means find out who takes your insurance, because you can call the back of the card, and you can even call them and say, is there any people of color? Or you can look up yourself. You know, because the site I'm on that's been on is Psychology Today. That has all of the people. And you can put specifically what you want.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for woman, male, you know what I'm saying? And name ethnicity, religious, whatever you say, Christian based. You can put all that in the search engine and it'll come up.
And can you say that one more time for us again? And I guess our viewers.
PsychologyToday.com. That's the hub for all major therapists across the country.
Thank you.
Nice.
And
All right.
following up what everybody's saying too, so I do have a question, because we kind of touch bases on it slightly, especially when you're giving the percentages of, African American, like PhDs and things
If
like
you
that.
got your computer next to you, Google it. You'll see.
No, definitely.
Nice.
So my question is, obviously, throughout within our community, I would say, because it could be everywhere, but within the community, to my knowledge, there comes along with that stigma that Shafi was kind of talking to, like a negative connotation when it comes down to going to therapy. Like, we don't need that, whatever that looks like. So I guess I have a 2-point question for you. Question number one is, you being a therapist, have you experienced individuals like that were just like, I don't need this, I don't know why I'm here, or and then my second question would be, my follow-up would be, like, do you believe that you're dispelling that rumor that it is okay to get help?
I'm gonna talk about the sisters that supported me. And one of the sisters, Amira, she told me, she said, one reason people are going to come to you and attract to you is because you're relatable. So when TikTok was popping and everything, I got a TikTok page. My first 5 or 6 videos was me sitting behind a desk with a suit on. And I was talking. And somebody said, you have to be relatable. So around that time, it was around Christmas time, and I happened to be at the outlets, and a kid had on some Jordans, and they were the Fruity Pebbles. And a lady's son tapped her mom, and the whole line, I thought it wrapped around, started stopping talking about his sneakers. And I ain't had no Jordans. From that day, every video I did after that, I had on a pair of Jordans. I wound up in a year buying 70 pair of Jordans. And you go to my TikTok page. And the reason that I did it is people would go to the video to see what I have on
Just to see
before they
what you
even
got
listen,
on. That's really
because I had to be relatable. Because the suit and tie, they wasn't jacking that,
right.
especially the population I was trying to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
See, it's a place for that. But
Right.
the people I'm connected with, they want to see me in the True Religions and the Levi's, and they want me to come out with the Yankee hat on and so, yo, what's popping?
Right.
Facts.
So you know that
They want to know that I'm educated and got something to offer.
because it makes you comfortable to know somebody came from
Right,
where you came from.
right.
Yeah, because they said that could be me.
But go back
Right.
to answer your question. I don't know if y'all can see this, but it's only
Yeah.
2,647 black men with PhDs in the
Yeah,
United States.
what percentage is that? It don't say the percentage number?
That's the percentage.
It should be less than 2.
There's less than 2.
Right.
Only
And I'm gonna tell you,
3% of black males hold positions of higher education.
and when I got into the field, I didn't know that. Because remember, I came through, I had gotten in some trouble. So they gave me the books. When they gave me the books, it was like I had to go back to court and show them that I wasn't playing. So I said, you know what? Did the whole jail shit when I was young. So I said, I could read this book or I could stay in the street and mess around. So I read the book. So when the test came, when I used to go to Norfolk, Virginia, college where I got my social work degree from, my sociology, I used to be in the class looking around. And it was a black teacher, Miss Parker. She said, Mr. Jackson, the grades the answers to the test was in the book, not there. And when after that I got like a 70 or something on the test. After that day, I never got lower than a 90 on the test. Because all I had to do was read the book. And they said, read the book. They say, when somebody break in your crib, where you going to hide the money? In the book. Because people don't go to the book.
Yeah, I mean, that's the old saying, right?
That's true, though. They don't touch the Bible or the books.
So I started reading, and then I got fascinated with that. So, you know what I'm saying? That became, I come from a background where I want to know why water's wet. What's the weight of the planet? How many square miles on the planet? So when I had that and I could do this and get money, I'm intrigued. Like when somebody says, I'm anxious and I have anxiety. It's 7 anxieties. And I give you a few. One, you could have a phobia. You're scared of blood or heights. That's associated with anxiety. You could have social anxiety where you're scared of talking from somebody. You could have agoraphobia. You're scared to go outside. When I found this out, I was glad to be able to tell my brothers and sisters that. Because somebody go, oh, I'm anxious. It's levels of depression. It's depression where you're on top of the building with a bottle of Henny. And it's depression where you don't want to get out the bed. Then it's depression that you don't want to eat. Those are 3 different types of depression.
Right.
Word. That's what I'm talking about. He's dropping gems. Go ahead, Doc, man.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna
That's why I'm gonna extend this till y'all ready to say it's over.
Listen, man, I'm gonna go ahead and cash app you my 150 right now. Just call me when you free, man.
Just call me when you free.
And you know what I like, man? I had to look at it. When I looked at Michael Jordan and LeBron James in them, it stuck in my mind. Those brothers have a career. They don't have a job. So I have a career. I get up loving this. See, when I had a job, it paid the bills, and I hated it sometimes. I never miss work. Because it's something I created and look forward to.
That's what I'm saying. That's how you got to do it, man. You wake up.
There's nothing wrong with having a job till you get where you want to be.
That's true.
I did what I had to do, so I could do what I want to do. And I literally now, I do whatever I want to do. And when COVID hit, right, I had an office on Long Island, Suffolk County. I might have seen 7 to 10 people a week. When COVID hit, the sisters that grabbed me said, look, you're licensed in the entire state of New York. It's telehealth. So now, if I got 40 clients, that's less than 10 people in the 5 boroughs. Not count Suffolk County, upstate New York. My thing just flooded because people started seeing somebody that looked like them. And since then to now, I've never had a week that I ain't seen that I'm not full to the top.
Nice.
That's what I'm talking about. Especially with the 2,000, less than 2%. I know that list is crazy.
And some of them don't know it. They just see my face and just call.
Right. And that's the thing too, man. Like you were saying, man, knowledge is power, man. Like if just to be able to know the why behind the what, and I think that's the point that a lot of people miss. Like even when we're trying to like have communication and talk to folks, if we're talking to our children, if we're talking to our employees, if we're talking to our friends, a lot of the times outside of folks that, with folks of the mature mindset, I would say, if they don't know, like you said, the why behind the what, you're breaking down the different stages and different forms of depression, anxiety, etc. And it's like they don't have that knowledge. Like you said, it goes over their head. They just do their own thing of what they believe is right. Where in reality, if they had, like you said, that knowledge, pick up a book, reach out to someone obviously that's educated like yourself to be able to break that down to them, you never know. It could change their life.
And see, another thing, when you look at 1945, Sigmund Freud and his wife, both of them were doctors, came out with psychotherapy. That was to lay on the couch, let me, know what I'm saying, and let me say what's wrong with me. The id, the ego, the super ego. It evolves. So now I'm talking to a brother saying, yo, I got to go bust a trap, man, because I ain't got no food at the crib. My baby mom flipping. I could relate to that. You see, a lot of people think when you come to therapy, it's all about problems. It's relating. Right. It's sometimes, yo, listen, man, I don't know how I'm going to get to the parade and pay my bills. well, let's do some consequential thinking. How important is the parade, and could you see it on Zoom? I'm ready to do something
Right.
wild. I'm ready to do something wild to
Right.
get there. Well, yo, listen, ain't no problem. You want to do something wild? Do the consequential thinking, because when you're removed from your family, that ain't got nothing to do with you got a mental health problem. See, that's the thing. We get caught up with mental health. You can look at the DSM-5, the diagnostic manual that we have, which tells you about disorders. This book right here, this is the Bible, Mental Health Disorders. And it got sex addiction, it got bipolar, it got gambling addiction, it got substance use. Everybody thinks this is you're sitting in the corner talking to somebody and you just kind of
What's
schizophrenic.
the name of that
That's
book again? Sorry about
the
that.
DSM-5. This is the Bible right here. You can Google that. And all the diagnoses come from there. All the diagnoses got to come from there. And what happens is when you look at it, it's relationship stuff. It's you're scared of heights. It's going to take a test. Because we lock it into, mental health counselor, Pilgrim State, Straight Jacket, Bellevue Hospital. That's what we was fed.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
That's
much, much
true.
more than that.
It's
That's what
not
I
enough.
thought that too.
Yeah,
That's
it's not
it.
enough
Yeah.
consequential thinking going on.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
the
man.
biggest lack in the city for real. Like you got people doing stuff. Just like a good example, the light pole.
Yo,
God dying from the light pole. The guy died from the
dying.
light pole. The
Yeah.
next day or the next game, they doing it again. There's not enough consequential. You're not
Now,
thinking of your
I thought when
consequences.
I was out where I grew up at, I thought when one person hustling got arrested, that made room for me. But what I didn't realize was how we got arrested was right across the street was the fire department with the black window, and they had the binoculars watching us.
Mm.
Yeah.
Because all I'm thinking about is get what at that time what I was doing, just getting some food in the morning, getting some weed, you know what I'm saying? But yet I'm gonna get ready to
Mm.
get the sale. Because that's their
Sheesh.
job. Their job is to fill up them prisons. Our job is to stay out.
Ain't that the truth?
Everybody got a job.
Everybody got a job. Stay free. Live with peace in your heart.
Great.
And that's it.
And,
Take care
and,
of your family, man.
and when I speak about this, right, it come from the heart. So I don't have to really put on a suit or disguise. I can just be me. That's why I love it, because y'all let me be me.
Right.
Mm.
Yo,
Yeah.
Jackson, yo, Doc, what's up? Yo, what's those? Them Travis Scotts? Crap. I want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? I need that just as much as you need that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm
Yeah.
like, wow, because I know we've already acknowledged each other. We recognize each other. And then if the next part, somebody might say, yo, how do you stay out of jail? My daughter, NYPD. One time, and she's 25. And I told her, she asked me, she said, what do you think about me joining the force? And I said, I thought of my nieces that's out there dancing, that's doing all kind of wild stuff. I said, that's the choice that you made. I said, but as long as you don't have to drink milk out the toilet. I've been in that place. She was like, drink milk out the toilet. I said, yeah, in the summer when it's hot, you got to write your name on it and put it in the toilet, let that cold water flow on it. She was like, ew. I said, that's what I said until it was in the middle of the night. And
Mm.
my situation, it wasn't all that long, but when I went, I felt it, and I said to myself, I'm not going back here. And like our boy Jay-Z say, if you don't like your seat on the plane, switch your plane. So if I didn't like
Mm.
somebody being my boss, I had to become my own boss.
Right.
Yeah, my clients are my bosses, and guess what? Over the last 4 years that I've been independently, I got not one write-up.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's
That's what
and,
I'm
and
saying.
the thing that you said too, that's dope. I'm glad you said it. I say this all the time, amongst my peers, my friends, the folks that I manage, as well as those that I mentor. Intent is everything. You said it yourself. Like you're pure. You're pure. It's coming from a good place. So how you say it, the way you say it, it just automatically hits different because the intent behind what you're saying, is what matters 1,000%.
Right.
People feel that, man. So that's dope. I'm glad you shared that.
Right.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. Shoot.
You ain't got no more
So
questions?
yeah.
Yo,
Come
Listen,
on,
man. All
man.
right. So I got some. All right. So we're gonna get back on the thing. So like for self care, right? What tools you think people should have just to start, in the right direction of having self care with yourself? Like, some people like, some people like to work out. I know workout is definitely one of them. They always say, but in your field, what would you suggest for people just to start on the right foot with self care and things like that?
I would definitely, because it goes in the age group. See, when we 19 and 20, we don't think we need nothing like that. Now where I'm at now, I'm conscious. I'm going to the doctor. I'm getting checked up on. I'm burning that insurance card I'm paying for. I'm burning it to the shreds off of it because I want to know what's wrong with me. That's another thing. A lot of brothers got a card in their pocket with EBT and won't call a therapist, and it's free.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Behavioral health is free with no copay. They don't even realize it. That on that card, once they burn out the food stamp, it's still. I'm gonna tell you one reason why I jumped in here too. We're in the field. My friend used to be in and out of jail, my right hand man. And one time he came home from jail and he was like, I'm going to get some glasses. And he pulled out his benefit card. Then he said, I'm going to get some crab legs. He pulled out his benefit card. Then he was like, I got to get to the doctor. He pulled out a benefit card. It was a cab. He was able to get a cab. And then he was like, I'm going to the bank and get a stipend. I'm like, wow. Then he was like, I'm going to pay my rent. I'm like, hold up. All of that's on there? He like, yeah. I was like, wow. And the most expensive thing he paid on there was his treatment to go to the doctor and go to outpatient clinic. And I said that's what I got to tap into. And when I
That's
got to
deep.
where I got, and I did all the education, and I was filling out all the paperwork for insurance, it's a box. Have you ever been convicted of a felony? And I checked yes, and that whole thing opened up. Woo, woo. I had to go to hearings and everything. But what I liked is the judge that was in the hearing. I didn't even know. She said you could get a lawyer because this is real. This is your career. And after we went through it, I hadn't been in trouble in over 20 years. She said, you know what we're not going to do to Mr. Jackson? Is try him for everything that he ever did. He didn't do nothing in this amount of time. You'll enjoy your life. So when I started getting on Fidelis and Blue Cross and Blue Shield and all insurance companies, they would say, but you check yes. I said, refer it back to the licensing board.
Right.
That's why I just got this right. That's why I just got this right here. Y'all can see what this say. The state. That says Texas. Because
Heavy.
everything is
Heavy.
telehealth. Everything is telehealth. And the first thing they said, you got all the credentials to be licensed in New York and Texas. Send us your fingerprints.
Yep.
I sent them the fingerprint. And when I sent them the fingerprint, I know the shit lit up crazy, but they had to hit the licensing. They had to hit the license board. And the license board
Right.
said, nah, you good. And that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
crazy.
yeah, and all this too, it's not a lot of black men out here. Not only use the word mentoring, but telling this stuff. Cause I might pull up and I see the dude with the whatever he's doing, and if he don't ask me, I'm not running around like with the Bible that's just running up on people. I'm not gonna do
Right.
it. But if you find me,
Yeah.
if you ask me, I'm gonna give it to you, and I'm
Right.
gonna give it to you honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's dope.
That's dope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been. Yeah, I take that advice. I've been going to the doctors more recently. You find some things about yourself. You be like, yo, I just had something. I just found out something. If I ain't take care of it, it could have led down to have colon cancer. I was like,
Yeah.
yo, for real. He said, yeah, it's easy when you treat it. Just take a couple pills and you great for 2 weeks. That will eliminate when you 20, 30 years from now you get colon cancer or the
And,
risk of it.
and what I find to be the most challenging thing with us in the community is when we see somebody that could use some help, you need to go talk to somebody. That approach right there, it could run someone away.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying with my question. That's what I was running into.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, I know you got problems too. Like, get out of here. So I know that was it. Always made me feel some type of way, and it made me feel like, well, damn, if I go in there, I'm
Well,
not normal. You know?
I'm gonna tell you what's ironic. If you really look deep, you can see my DIN number from when I was locked up. But if you punch in my name right now on Google, it's going to blight up your whole phone with all doctors all the way across. Because I learned the analytics from having websites on how to do that. So when somebody see me, I say, yo, just Google me. Not for the Jay-Z slogan, but if you put my name in the Google, no matter where you in Virginia, Cali, Texas, it's going to light up.
Right.
That's dope.
Positive note inside, not no mugshot shit.
Oh shoot. We
Right.
appreciate you being on this show because when they Google you now, they're gonna have us on that thing.
Yeah, nah, this is what it's about, man. Well, and all it is too, I have to do this stuff. That's why I ain't gonna lie. I was just doing whatever I was doing tonight. Got some clinical notes to do, but I said, you know what? These brothers want to engage, and this is what I did it for. And I told a lot of my people that when I got my degree, I didn't get the doctorate for me. I got it for us.
Right.
Mm,
I
that's
got it
deep.
for us. So I don't care if you Compton, New York, Philly, blood. I don't care if you come to me about it. I'm gonna get it to you how I got it.
That's
Right. So
dope.
when it come to like signing up for yours online and all that, like you said, you be filled for most of the year ahead of like how far ahead of time do you be filled?
You
Like
know
what it's
what?
looking like
Honestly,
right now. So
Trying to
honestly,
get this
it's
good
how they
mic.
go with the how they go. No, how, no, how, no, no, I'm telling you for real. How they go with the licenses? They do it by estates. So
mm-hmm.
from the tip of New York, from out of Jersey to up top, I cover the whole entire state. My next
Right,
choice was Florida, Texas, Hawaii, whatever. I picked Texas 'cause I got people out there. I'm covered through
right,
the whole Texas. You call me, you do a consultation. Like say if y'all in Philly, I'm not licensed in Philly. I'll lose my
right.
license. But if you in New York, I can see you. And it's just really a consultation. Cause I'm gonna be real. If I'm not really jam-packed pen, I'm gonna be honest. I've had people call and I
Mm-hmm.
just felt the connection and the need. And I might
Right,
skip a lunch break and holler at
right.
you. And
That's
what I
dope.
like, is people that's serious about that.
Yeah.
I have people come and go, oh, and they say stuff like, oh, I didn't know me and my therapist didn't click. You wasn't ready to get honest. Or you
Yeah.
didn't like what somebody said.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
I had a client say, yo, my girl, man, she cheating on me, but she won't get honest with me. What did she tell you? I went out the other night and I knocked this dude down and ain't working with us. And then you telling me, yo, it's
Yeah.
acceptance. It's acceptance. See,
Right,
now, if we would have got into the acceptance
Facts.
part, it would have been bad. I've been hurt before, but it's like, let's get to the acceptance part.
right.
Mhm.
And to look at
Let's
me
not
now.
sugarcoat it like and leaving
Yeah,
parts out.
yeah. Because see, and that's another thing when you said advice. See, one thing with me, I don't give advice. I don't give
Mhm.
advice. That's not my job. I got a financial advisor that gives advice. My
Right,
job as a therapist is to help you make better decisions based on information that you gave me. You can say, yo, my girl
Mhm.
cheating on me and I hate her. But
right.
then a month later, you say, yo, but just because she caught me with a sister don't mean nothing. Come on. You didn't give me the whole story. You didn't give me the whole story.
Exactly.
Yeah, give me
Right.
those.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? You got it. So I'm going to help you out with what you give me.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like I got some brothers that been up north. I'm going to be real with you when it comes to that jail stuff. Everybody coming home is not a killer.
Right.
Mm.
Everybody's not a gorilla.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody
Right.
went through something in there.
Yeah.
And coming home
Mm.
and getting honest about that's where the connection really, yeah, that's where the work begins. And somebody can sit. I done had clients that just come with the fluff for months. And then 7 months later, they say, listen, I wanted to get a rapport with you before we get you to meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
Right.
Because then I got another dude come on and say, listen, you want me to open up this suitcase and dump my whole life out to you, and I don't know you. So sometimes people go to therapy and never get to the heart of the matter. Because the whole time they sizing me up. Because they're looking
Yeah.
for trust. They want no safe. And I'm cool with that. And I see that because I've been doing it so long.
Right.
Right.
I'm like, something's behind that, but he ain't ready. He ain't ready to give me that.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right, right.
That's
You
what I'm
got any?
saying.
You have any black referrals in this area that's licensed in Philadelphia?
What it is if you go to Psychology Today,
Mm-hmm.
type in
Oh
your
yeah, I
zip
can type
code.
in the
Yeah,
same thing.
yeah,
Right.
type in Psychology Today and type in your zip code,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gonna all come up. And then
Yeah,
you
write
can
Yeah.
it
you
down.
pick and you choose.
Yeah. Put the consultation in and
Yeah,
all that, right?
yep,
Okay. That's what I'm talking about.
yeah.
Uh,
You set the
anybody
bar
else?
high, man.
That's what I'm saying, man.
You
Yo,
set the
What
bar
you
yo,
say?
high. I'm gonna be picking for 2 weeks.
Yeah, yeah,
You ain't like
yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
Jackson. No, you ain't like Dr. Jackson.
Right. Yo,
yo.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you, man, it's such a blessing to be on this side, man, and to do it and get paid. That's what they said when you do what you love to do, it ain't a job.
right.
This ain't a
Right.
job. This ain't a job
Right.
to me. I had
Right.
jobs and I hated
Mm.
jobs.
Facts.
You
That's
know what I'm
dope,
saying?
man.
When
Yeah,
I
man.
started looking at the numbers of what I can get paid, that took it to a whole nother level. And I was doing this before COVID. So when COVID hit, and a lady said to me, she said, you know what? You need to connect with some people that look like you. Because you live on Long Island, Suffolk County, and probably ain't a lot. She said, Brooklyn needs you. The Bronx needs you. And I was like, in my mind, I'm like, I'm not driving there. But then the telehealth thing popped off. That's why right now they can't stop this. Because I got a client
No.
in Poughkeepsie, I got a client in Buffalo, I got a client in the Hampton, 12, 1, and 2. Ain't nobody getting on a train leaving Buffalo
Yeah,
at 8
yeah.
o'clock in the morning to come see me. So what happens is it became so normalized now that I can reach more people.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. You definitely reached us on this one. I'll tell you
For
that.
I'm
sure.
sure they're gonna love
Nah,
this interview right here.
1,000%, man. Like I said, for one, I think it was dope when Vez kind of introduced you to us. Just because, like you said, you look like one of us. You know, like I said, getting to know your background and things you've been through, you can kind of relate to a lot of us on all aspects of things. You know, rather where you started from, the certain mistakes or choices that you made in life that put you where you are right now, the success you're currently having, like. All the above, man. Like that's the reason why I want to put together a podcast like this overall with different individuals that are in different stages of life and that go through different things, which is this group that you're here with now. Because we're all different. We all family, but we all different to a certain degree. And like I stated, like the fact that you're able to live and you lived in all of those aspects of life and still currently do it, you know. I don't know if I should ask you, you know, what J's you got on right now, you know, I don't know.
What? Oh,
what J's you got on right now? I don't know. I mean, clearly.
Put it this way. You could almost name them, and I got them right here. I can pull them out. you can name a color. I can pull them out from the pigeon to all the way through to the yellow, the brown. I'm gonna show you what I had on today. I'm gonna show you.
There you go. See, I gotta respect a fellow sneakerhead, you know.
That's it. You're a sneaker. That's cool.
These ones.
Okay.
All right.
That's it.
Oreos, black and white.
I had these.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. He got the breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
You know what's crazy? If you go to my YouTube page, you'll see over 100 videos, and I never wear the same Jordans.
That's it.
You go to YouTube and TikTok.
Okay,
that's it, man.
Let me type in on YouTube.
Let me see.
Yeah, go ahead and plug yourself.
Plug yourself, man.
Hold on. I was doing this mental health Mondays for a year straight. And at the end, I said, I gave y'all all I can give y'all. Ain't nothing for free. And I stopped. I did it every Monday for a year. And that right there was this. I'm like on the next level. I was doing it in Hawaii. I was doing it in Jamaica, West Indies. Anywhere I went, I just recorded.
That's cool, man. It shows inspiration too, man, because there's not a lot of people that look like us that do what you do. And it's successful and relatable in the same sense, because you said like the suit thing is a real big thing to everybody, because it's like somebody in corporate telling a guy off the street, so you need to clean yourself up and get yourself together. You're like, all right, I get that, but I have no relation to be inspired to be like you because you don't look that like me.
It's intimidating.
It's intimidating, yeah.
You know, like how can I be like you when I can't afford that suit? And it's like, you know,
right.
Intimidating, yeah.
Right. Yeah. You know, you better off meet somebody in sweatpants and a tee on and have this conversation. And you be like, oh,
like right here, like this
real deal.
Show right here, where I had to go get with the Louis Vuitton shoes and the suits and all that stuff. That's not gonna really cut it. So I got suits in there that I don't even wear.
Right.
Ferragamo shoes that I wore once.
Right.
Because my people is just, you know, and to be honest, when I get up, I got every sweatsuit, Adidas, Nikes, you know, Puma, and what happened is that became my comfort zone. And so people see me sometimes be like, you don't look like a doctor. But when I was in school, they said if you put on a table a picture of a bunch of doctors, 9 times out of 10, even the black kids, they see my picture and what I'm wearing, they're gonna look for the white guy with the white jacket on, with the stethoscope around their neck, because that's what we've been taught to identify as a doctor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why when it comes to us, man, it's so easy to give away, because I want my son to see me helping and giving it up like this. So when he see y'all on the street, y'all are ally, not a threat.
Right.
He said, these are my brothers. These are my brothers. These are not the others. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's why it's important. That's why, you know, we had our conversation. I was like, you got to, if you can spare a little bit of time, you know, a little bit of charity in my little cup to come on the podcast.
No, this too, man. It's an honor when somebody asks you to do this. And I hope each one teach one. I might reach y'all might reach some other, like you said, some of y'all in Philly, stuff like that. It doesn't matter to me, because hearing what I'm saying, that goes a long way.
Right.
And I know this too. This is what I love when my teacher told me. I'm not going to click and be a therapist to everybody, but I might get in touch with one person. So when I meet people, I'm not like, this is the end, me and you to ever. To be honest, I flow with it. If me and you go on for years, cool. We go on for 2 months, cool. If you go because I know that this is temporary. And if you think of this, who likes to go to the doctor? Because the doctor means something wrong or you sick. But when you get past that mentally, You be like, yo, I can just relate. And especially you ain't got no copay or nothing. You like, I'm gonna burn this thing to the ground.
I'm burning it to the ground. You
Yeah,
understand? He trying to find specialists up like that's
I'm
like
gonna burn this out. Yeah,
they
'cause
be like, you got your what check? Your ear check? What's that
if I
called?
sneeze, I'm going to the doctor. Yeah, because I
That's a
need to know what it is.
facts. That's a fact. That's it. What
No,
you wanted?
we definitely appreciate you, man. This has definitely been rewarding in many ways, not just for us, obviously for our listeners out there. This is huge, man. Like, you dropped a lot of gems.
A lot of gems.
Not only did you drop gems, but you provided information,
Right.
and I think, like I
And
said,
you
that's
kept it real with
huge.
us.
Kept it real,
Yeah,
man.
keep it real. So,
And honestly, nobody did this for me when I was coming up. It was like, I'll be honest, I don't know how old y'all are, but when I used to watch George Jefferson, I used to say, I want a job like that. Not knowing he ran the cleaners. And nobody told me nothing about that. That's why some of the guys I grew up with, the white kids in the neighborhood, they be like, yo, I'm going to go change the brakes on my car. I'm going to change my oil. My dad showed me. I never knew how to do that. I didn't learn that. So having a mentor, the mentors I know with pimps and hustlers in the street, talking about, yo, let's go get a Pyrex pot, some baking soda. That's what I grew up
Right.
in. You either used it or you sold it. That's what I came up under.
Right.
So
Right.
break through this. To be honest, I know no doctors before I became a doctor.
Phew. Well, now we know one now. Reach one, teach one.
Yeah.
All right.
And like you
Great,
said, man, and like I said, through Shabazz or whatever, I'm gonna just throw my plug in there, DrUlyssesJackson.com. You can Google me I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I don't mess with Twitter, and I'm on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? And you can just look me up. And if you got a question, even for a consultation, you can be anywhere. I'm open for that. I got 10, 15 minutes.
So you can have a
Stopping on you.
consultation with somebody
Oh
out
yeah,
the state.
from anywhere. Just taking that insurance money is
Right. Right.
Okay.
it's states with license. There's certain criteria behind that.
That's dope, man.
y'all heard it first from the man himself.
That's
So by
it.
all means,
Yeah.
check him out. And that's just not just obviously for you guys here in the pod, but for those who are listening, those who are watching. If you're in need, you got some outlets here. So there are people that look like you. There are people that have the great intent who look like you and may not look like you, but the intent is key for everything. So by all means, utilize the resources that
Let me
exist
get
for
this.
you.
Let me get this card so in case somebody watching it, they can
There
see
you go.
exactly what it is.
Yeah. And
That's
don't call
it.
him this week because I'm calling.
Sure, he try to get your appointment.
Make sure y'all burn up that EBT card. Burn it up,
EBT, man. Know your
man.
benefits, man. I'm just saying, you
I
gotta know
need to
what
go
you got,
grab me
man.
Yeah,
a
because
dog. God damn.
somebody might come across this online one day and say, well, he never put up there how to get in touch with him. I don't know if y'all can
Oh,
see. All
That's
right, brothers,
it.
man. It was my pleasure, man.
Likewise.
Doc, thanks again, man.
Yeah.
Best
appreciate
episode
you,
we done
man.
had so far, man.
And when I come to Philly, man, I need somebody to show me some Philly brotherly love.
Oh man, you gonna have the
Yeah.
whole clique, man. Don't worry about that, boy.
You gonna eat
You gonna have
good, man.
All right, y'all enjoy that Super Bowl win, man, and congratulations.
We
Thank
appreciate
you,
it.
brother.
All right.
Yes, man.
Peace.
Peace.
All right,
Appreciate
man.
it.
All right, Doc.
All right, stay blessed.
I ain't
Whatever.
want to smoke on the joint, man.
Hey, Mook, you going to cut your appointment?
Respectful.
You going to cut your appointment short? I'm right in there.
And that's it for today's episode of Truly Unapologetic. If this episode spoke to you, share it with someone who needs to hear it.
Right.
And if you haven't already, subscribe, leave a review, and stay unapologetic. Until next time, take care of yourself first because you matter. See you in the next episode.
Boom. Go Birds.